Jersey City CCTV cameras over that intersection there caught this devastating car accident with the bike, as you see about 7 to 8 to 10 to 12 to 15 times there. This accident did leave that cyclist with a few minor injuries, I believe shoulder, neck, back, ankle, all were hurting him there. But the driver of the SUV who ran through him is where the whole fallout then happened. Here's some details from what happened in mid-July. This is from July 20th. Jersey City Councilwoman at large, Amy DeGuise, was involved in a hit and run crash with a cyclist at the intersection of Forest Street and Martin Luther King Drive. That was again on Tuesday in the middle of July. DeGuise, who's 37 years old, she's the former chairwoman of the Hudson County Democratic Organization and the daughter of Hudson County Executive Tom DeGuise. She left the scene but reported the accident to police after hitting her head and coming to the realization of what had occurred. That's what a source said, at least. This is what she said. I acknowledged this unfortunate event yesterday, and I'm thankful that no one was seriously hurt. She said this in a statement. The cyclist complained of pain in his left ankle and had a laceration on his right leg, and he was taken to Jersey City Medical Center for treatment. DeGuise was issued 2 summonses, one for failure to report an accident and another for leaving the scene of an accident, is what the crash report said. Now here's where it gets another layer of interesting. The 29-year-old cyclist from Jersey City told police he was riding his bike south of MLK Drive and had the green light at Forest Street when he was struck by a black SUV going east on Forest. Let's take a look at a screen grab of that moment right before he was hit. And that arrow I tossed in there shows the light that he would be looking at as he's going through that intersection. And for those of you can't see it clearly, that's a red light. Again, he said he had the green light. Continue on. The councilwoman that did run through him and then reported it late and didn't report it all and continued going, despite the fact she had the right of way, she still had some issues though. Aside from the Jersey City tickets that she was put it for here, a 36-year-old DeGuise, this is a year before that, also had one outstanding ticket in Hoboken and one in Bayonne. She had been ticketed at least 13 other times in Hudson County, in incidents she had previously resolved. 3 in Hoboken, 5 in I hope I'm pronouncing this city right, Bayonne, 2 in Secaucus, 1 in North Bergen, and 2 in Union City. Jesus. In February of 17 incident in Secaucus, DeGuise's vehicle was impounded when police found her license was suspended. We were just talking about this, Farron. The true number of resolved tickets, though, is likely much higher because she has so many resolved tickets in Jersey City that the state the state website, which can only display 25 tickets, said the number exceeded the capability to display them. She broke the internet, bro.
We don't even have enough bandwidth here to show you all of the driving related incidents this councilwoman has had. That's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, again, like we were talking about earlier, when you have these almost repeat offenders here, it's time to maybe take a closer look at the system and say, what can we do to fix this? But again, leaving the scene of an accident, especially with harm to another individual, that should be hands down felony material right there. Even if the guy was able to get up and walk away, in most states, if you hit a pedestrian, a cyclist, whatever it is, and you leave the scene, I mean, not even just, I reported it 10 minutes later, but you left the scene, we're talking felony right off the top. Really no excuses. It doesn't matter that she had the right of way. Had she stayed with the victim and reported it immediately, there likely would have been probably no consequences for her, because again, if she had the right of way and he ran the red light, even in a civil suit, she's probably gonna win that. But leaving the scene, suddenly everything flips, it's on you. And I don't know specifically what the New Jersey laws are, but I know in most states, it's immediate felony, no questions asked.
As Graphic 14 points out, that victim's name was Andrew Black, the cyclist there. He is gonna think about pressing charges, but he said he's hired an attorney and he's considering that. He said, I'm not going out for vengeance or anything like that. I just want justice. And they, of course, they also point out, they said hit and runs can either be misdemeanors or felonies in the state of Jersey, since you brought that part up. So maybe the circumstances will flesh that whole thing out and see where she lands. But again, I'm sure there's gonna be some folks debating whether or not he's at fault because he's basically another motor vehicle, except the motor is his legs and he ran through that light. So if you're driving an Accord and that happens, I think the SUV probably can't get away necessarily, but it's the running part. Maybe she panicked. Whatever the reason is, she's gonna have to explain herself. But it seems like everybody's a bit at fault there in that whole interaction.